Hello everyone, my name is Doreen from Niger Tunes Hub, live at the University of Port Harcourt to celebrate her 36th convocation ceremony. So today we'll be finding out from our fresh graduate how it feels to have graduated from this prestigious university after the number of years they have put in despite the strike and every other unforeseen event. So walk with me while we find out. Hello, good morning, my name is Doreen from Niger Tunes Hub. What's your name?
Good morning, my name is Dominic.
Okay, so I want to find out, but first of all, you look good and congratulations. So I want to find out, how does it feel to have graduated from this prestigious university after the hard work you've put in for the number of years you stayed?
First of all, thank you for congratulating me. It feels good, especially when you have people who are proud of you. I mean, on my own, this wouldn't mean anything to me, but I woke up this morning, my dad called me, and he was like, I hope you're getting ready, and the way he was speaking, I could feel the smiles that he was having. My mom also called me, she was smiling on the phone, and that's when it made sense to me, because I suffered a lot and I graduated. I'm not a multimillionaire yet, because I like money, all those kind of things. So it makes sense that people who I value appreciate what I do. That's what makes it meaningful to me, nothing else.
So in your own opinion, what can you say to your junior colleagues that are yet to graduate? What's the advice you have for them?
In this school, I think the popular culture in this school is pride. If you're here, just be humble. If you're humble, everything will go well for you. Just stay humble. Don't try to show anybody where you come from. Don't try to prove too much to people. Just be yourself, and don't try to outdo yourself in any way. That's my advice for you. That's the easiest way to live in school.
I feel grateful to God though, because it hasn't been easy going for ninth class, mosquito bites, cold, studying, pressure, not being able to buy textbooks. There are sometimes you just feel like you can't continue this school, but then God showed up, and I'm here today to celebrate this milestone in my academic journey. So I'm thankful. I'm very, very happy that I made it this far.
What would you say to your junior colleagues that are yet to graduate? What advice do you have for them?
Okay, my advice to them is that they shouldn't give up, because definitely at some point you feel like you can't make it past this stage. Maybe when you're not able to buy textbook, or you can't pay your school fees or your house rent, you feel like I should drop out. But just keep on, just press on, and you end up victorious. You make it and you graduate.
Actually, it was a lot of years putting on, because we started from 2019. From 2019, the COVID, back-to-back strikes, a lot of them, and I did a 5-year course engineering, so I had to stay longer. When I saw other people I entered with, they graduated earlier, so it was actually a lot, and I thank God for making it successful, and at least I thank God for everything.
Okay, so what's your advice for your junior colleagues that are supposed to graduate very soon?
Just study your book. Come out with a good grade first of all, before you think of anything else, because you are here to study to come out with good grades. Just study, come out with good grades, and you actually enjoy the benefit of that.
Truly, it has not been easy, but God has been there. Struggles, I know, but God has been seeing me through. It's not really easy, but I know I made it and I conquered.
Okay, so what advice will you leave for your junior colleagues that are yet to graduate? What advice would you leave for them?
All right, advice I will give them is trust God, read your books, put in more effort, do not let school activities distract you. So that's the little I have for my junior colleagues.
I feel so happy, I feel so joy, I feel so relief from stress, like strike, all this stress of uniform, like you have to sport to get what you want, you have to do this thing. I'm just so happy. I'm very, very, very happy. I'm the happiest person in this.
I can see that. So what's the advice you give to your junior colleague that are yet to graduate?
Okay, the advice I will give them is that it's good to be a graduate, it's good to attend school, but before you try to enter school, or if you are already in school, try to find something like handwork. Just be doing something to earn a living. If not, hey, I'm not praying for everybody, to everyone, but if not, the school is not easy. It's not easy. But I advise you, just study hard. Don't mind this course hard, people fail it. No, there's nothing like that. Just study hard and see God's hand on your results. That's all I can advise you.
Wow. So I want to find out, how does it feel like to have graduated from this our prestigious university after the number of years we have invested in?
It makes me feel so emotional. I'm just grateful to God for everything. To get to this stage, like, it's a whole big deal.
What advice are you going to give to your junior colleagues that you're leaving behind that are yet to graduate?
Read, oh, hey, read. Read. Don't play, read. Take your CGPA very, very serious.
Okay.
Honestly, the journey has been a roller coaster, ups and downs, classes, back to back. Sometimes you even get to this point whereby you feel mentally drained, emotionally drained, psychologically drained, and very importantly, financially, because as students, we need money, you understand? So putting all these things together, that's what makes the testimony more relevant, After going through all this thing and you scale through gloriously, that's what makes the testimony more valid. So I would really say that my journey in school has been wonderful. Special thanks to those who have really supported. It's not easy to have somebody and you're always supporting the person. So I really thank those people that have been supportive to me. And generally, the journey was complicated, but now it ended gloriously. So I'm grateful for that. So that's just.
Okay, so finally, before we off the mic, what would you say to your junior colleagues that are yet to graduate? What advice will you give to them as a senior colleague?
Okay, one major advice I would give to every junior colleague or whoever that is planning to get into the school system is that just know what you want, know what you're aiming for. You understand? One thing that I would really say that distracts people a lot is being easily influenced. You understand? When you don't have a strong will, at the end of the day, you might end up not achieving what you want to, because you know what you want. Probably your parents are wishing you get to a particular standard, but then rolling with your friends and then you get distracted along the line. So that's what really limits the result somebody can get. So watch out for the kind of friends you keep. And even if you want to probably keep, I don't know, everybody has different, approach. So you might just want to keep friends that suits you, but in as much as you're keeping friends that suits you, still keep those ones that will push you to learn. You understand? Because I will use myself as an example. My year 1, year 2, I was kind of, rigmaroling, but then when I got into year 3, the person I stayed with, every time, he's always with book. That you'll be motivated to read. You'll be motivated to. So that's what I want to tell you. So I just want to thank God that those periods too. Personally, I just had this little bit of strong will that helped me to navigate those periods. But then having somebody that will push you to read, and you look at the person, you're motivated, this person is still reading, why will I not be the one pressing phone? Why will I be the one on my laptop? Something like that. So it will also help you a lot. And secondly, always try as much as possible to always attend classes, because some lecturers, if you don't attend their class, no matter how intelligent you are, as long as they've spotted that you didn't attend their class, they would want to just play around with you and all this stuff. But nevertheless, just be faithful to God, because God is the ultimate. So school without God, I don't know, somehow, but just try as much as you can to hold God tight too, because the school system, everything plays out to you. So just try as much to hold God very tight, because that's the ultimate.
So firstly, I would like to acknowledge God. It has been God coming into this university right from my year 1 down to this stage. It's been God all through, and then also my parents. The university is versatile. I would like to say it's versatile. So you tend to learn a lot. And one thing I always tell people is that while you're in the university, try to network with people, try to connect. It's not all about you coming to make a first class or make a 2-1 or 2-2. You try to network, because when you leave this school environment, you are now going into the world. Now those friends you make will be the people you still network with, depending on how you related with them while you are in school.
I like that point. So in conclusion, what advice would you give to your junior colleagues that are still in school and are yet to graduate? Because I know you passed through a lot of hurdles which you wouldn't want your junior colleagues to experience. So what advice would you give to them?
Okay, the advice I would like to give them is for them to be consistent and remain focused, and also be committed to their studies. I know one thing is sure, you definitely have problems with your finances and all the rest, because as a student you face a lot of challenges, maybe trying to get pay for your tuition fee, your textbooks and other reading materials, and that might push you to maybe start looking for a side hustle while you are still in school in order to support yourself. Maybe you came from a family where your parents are not that wealthy enough. You understand? So, but one thing, if you want to do that, you need to learn or know the principles of trying to balance academics while you are still doing your side hustle. Else, you will slip off from your studies, and that will make you, at the end, you end up getting a good result. That maybe you are aiming for a first class, you end up getting maybe a 2-1 or a 2-2. So you try to learn how to balance these two. It's not really bad at all for you to do a business or maybe learn a skill while you are still schooling. You understand? So my advice to them is for them to remain focused in what you are doing, remain very committed to your studies, and try to make sure you do something to support yourself.
I mean, everybody would feel good, but mine is a special kind of feeling because I wasn't just a regular student. I was working as well as schooling. So oftentimes you're out of class trying to make ends meet and all of that. And then at some point you fear that you might actually miss out or maybe fail out because, you are not consistent with the academics. But God has been kind. And today, you get the feeling it's more of a testimony because right here I'm here putting on the gown, and at some point I didn't know it was going to work.
Okay.
All right.
So finally, what advice would you give to your junior colleagues that are yet to graduate?
Okay, the major advice, the only thing I will tell you is that be deliberate about your studies. If someone told me earlier that if you want to have an A, you plan for it and you achieve it earlier on, I think the grades I would have graduated would have been different. I just came to school, we didn't have anybody telling us things to watch out for. But now I know that if you want to have a particular grade in any course whatsoever, you start from your D1. Early preparation, nothing beats early preparation. So you prepare early and then you work towards achieving it, and everything is possible.
First of all, I will say thank you to God for the incredible graces He has given me all these years, 5 years per se. So I'm very grateful to God. I'm grateful to my family. I'm grateful to my children at Success Academy. I'm grateful to my mentors and sponsors. The one word I can just say is anyone who aspires to do PhD should be ready for academic excellence, especially young ones. Some people have said that school is a scam and all that. School is never a scam. If you are thoroughly dedicated to learning and to seeking knowledge, there is always benefits in education. So I encourage the young ones to pursue knowledge, to seek knowledge, and to go higher in their educational pursuits. So persevere no matter how difficult it is, because we know that in our country, Nigeria, it's difficult to get funding for education and all that. So like myself, I sponsored myself throughout the whole process. It was quite difficult. I have to be honest with you. It was quite difficult. So, but if you have that commitment and determination to achieve the goal you set, and equally to add to the base of knowledge, because one thing about PhD is that you have added to the base of knowledge. So we have done that, and then if you persist, you can get there.
Well, I cannot express. It's only God that understands. But I thank God that He gave the grace, and He has been my helper. And so I thank God that He has been my Ebenezer all through these years that I've spent in the school.
Okay, ma. So for we that were yet to acquire either MSc or a PhD aspiration, what's your advice for us?
You've got to be disciplined, you've got to study, and you've got to be courageous. If you're not disciplined to study and you're not courageous, you cannot make it. And so that is the advice I have to give to you that is coming up, so that you can excel in your academics. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Once again, ma. Triple congratulations to you, ma.